Greetings Liverpool fan, in this video you'll stay updated on the latest Liverpool FC news. But first, leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates about LFC news. Alright Liverpool fan, Virgil van Dijk has been one of the most vocal players in the squad this season, whether we've won or lost, and you can tell he's really embracing that captain's role. The win against West Ham was massive for us, not just for the points, but for the mood around the club. Everyone needed that bit of relief, including Arne Slot. Even though he'll know there's still a long way to go, Van Dijk gets that too. He's never been the type to get carried away, and that's exactly what you want from your captain. After the West Ham game, his message was spot on, something the players needed to hear, and honestly, something we fans probably needed as well. The Premier League's chaos is exactly why we love it, but it also means things can flip in a heartbeat. Just look at how our season has gone compared to last year. Anyone can beat anyone, and that's why looking at the table right now is pointless. At one point, we were 5 points clear at the top. A few bad weeks later, we're suddenly in the bottom half. Now after the latest results, we're 8th, only 3 points behind Chelsea in 3rd. That's how tight things are this year. Van Dijk summed it up perfectly when he said there's no point checking the table. We didn't obsess over it last season, so why start now? What matters is finding consistency, the way we defend, the way we attack, and the way we play as a unit. West Ham was a good step. Now we keep going, and look, it might sound ambitious given how rough and inconsistent we've been, but Liverpool are still in the title conversation. There's loads of football left, and if we put a strong run together, we'll fly up the table. The gap to Arsenal is only 9 points. That's nothing in a season like this. Plus, the festive period is coming, fixtures everywhere, chaos everywhere, and teams slipping up all over the place. It's the perfect time for Liverpool to take advantage. Sure, we'll need a few results elsewhere to go our way, but stranger things have happened. The key now is to stay calm, stay focused, and keep grinding away. So Reds, Jeremy Frimpong's absence has really been felt over the last few weeks. Ever since he picked up that injury at the end of October, Liverpool have been scrambling a bit on that right-hand side. His start to life at the club has been a bit stop-start, and without him we've had to rely on some makeshift solutions that Slot clearly didn't plan for. With Conor Bradley out as well, it's been far from ideal. Slot's basically been forced to shove square pegs into round holes. And while Joe Gomez did a brilliant job at right-back in the win over West Ham, we all know Slot would much rather have two natural right-backs available instead of one emergency option, and let's be real, as good as Gomez has been, you can't expect him to play 2 or 3 games a week at that level without feeling it. So the big question has been, when do Frimpong and Bradley actually return? Well, according to a new update, Liverpool fans might not have long to wait. The Daily Mail are reporting that Frimpong is finally back out on the grass and stepping up his recovery. He's apparently hoping to be available again in about 2 weeks. Bradley's working towards the same timeline too, which is massive for us. What makes it even more interesting is that once both are fit, Slot has a decision to make. Who's actually his first choice right back? So far, neither Frimpong nor Bradley has fully nailed down the spot. Both have shown glimpses, but nobody's properly claimed it yet, and that means the door's wide open. Earlier in the season, Slot seemed to lean slightly towards Bradley, maybe because he was already settled into the squad, maybe because Frimpong was still adapting, but that doesn't necessarily tell us what the long-term plan is. Once they're both back later this month, we'll finally get a clearer picture. What's more likely, though, is that Slot ends up rotating the two because of how many games we've got coming up. From that point on, it's all down to performances. Both of them will basically be starting from zero, and it'll be on them to win over a fan base that's still waiting to see the best of either player. Listen up Liverpool fan, Liverpool finally turned a corner at the weekend, getting a proper, professional win over West Ham at the London Stadium, and let's be honest, we really needed that. The slump we've been in had sent Slot's project completely off the rails. But before we get carried away, let's keep it real. West Ham aren't exactly flying. They're hovering just above the relegation zone. So beating them isn't some season-defining moment. Still, there were positives. For once, our attack looked alive again. Alexander Isak grabbed his first Premier League goal for us. Cody Gakpo chipped in with a goal and an assist, and Florian Wirtz looked electric pulling the strings behind them. That's the kind of fluidity we've been crying out for. There's been a lot of chatter about FSG and Richard Hughes going for another forward in January. Names like Semenyo keep popping up, but honestly, that one highlighted a much bigger issue. The midfield and defense need sorting far more urgently than the attack. Everyone can see it. We need a center-back, badly. Injuries and poor form have exposed us all season, but the midfield has been just as much of a problem. McAllister and Gravenberch haven't clicked at all, and we're missing that tough, dynamic presence who can dominate the middle and set the tone. That's where Eduardo Camavinga comes in. Word is Liverpool are preparing a £53 million bid for him, and Real Madrid might actually be willing to negotiate. He's had injuries here and there, but make no mistake, this lad is top level, one of the best young midfielders in Europe. If he's really available for that kind of fee, it's a golden opportunity. He's already won everything with Madrid, and he's been described as a war machine in midfield. Exactly what we've been missing. The stats back it up too. Elite passing, elite dribbling, and elite tackling. He's the kind of player who brings steel and composure. Someone who frees the attack and protects the defense. Semenyo would be a fun addition going forward, sure, but the midfield is where we need real help. Endo barely plays, and the others need proper competition. If Liverpool can bring Camavinga into this side, it could transform the entire season. A bit of French flair, a lot of bite. Exactly what we've been lacking. This is the Liverpool FC News Fan Channel, and I'll stop here. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. A big hug and see you in the next video.